Welcome back friends once again in this video tutorial of Anita Bioconcept, and in this video tutorial I am going to discuss about the tightly multi-step regulated process of leukocyte extravasation. So why this process of leukocyte extravasation is important? This is important because it leads to migration of leukocyte from the blood stream to the site of infection, and what they do here, they phagocytose the bacteria as well as they release the molecular mediators such as cytokine family proteins. So let me brief you first of all that what happens just after the tissue injury. Our topic is leukocyte extravasation process. Extravasation. So now what happens just after tissue injury? Okay, just after tissue injury, vasoactive and chemoattractive substances are getting released. Okay, so just after tissue injury, what happens here? Vasoactive as well as chemoattractive or chemotactic factors are getting released, and after that what happens? After that they trigger increase in local blood flow. Got it? Just after tissue injury what happens? Vasoactive or chemoattractive substances are getting released, chemoattractive factors are getting released, and they are going to trigger the increase in local blood flow. And what happens after that? After that vasodilation takes place. What is the meaning of vasodilation? Vasodilation means increase in the diameter of vessels. Then after vasodilation takes place. Okay, and after that, if the permeability will increase, if the permeability of capillaries will increase, then what will happen? They will allow the influx of fluids. They will allow the influx of fluid, and just after that extravasation will take place. And after that extravasation will takes place. Okay. So extravasation means, I told you, extravasation means now leukocytes will come out. Okay, leukocytes come out, and what they will do here at the site of infection? At the site of infection, what they will do? At the site of infection, they will phagocytose the bacteria as well as they will release molecular mediators, which will be very, very important for the activity or activation of effector cells. Okay, now I will tell you that in leukocytes the main cells are neutrophils. So I will discuss here about neutrophils, and we will assume that all the leukocytes will follow the same mechanism of the extravasation process. Okay, so in case of neutrophil, it follows 4 total steps. It follows 4 steps. Okay, so the first step is known as rolling. Second step is known as second step is activation, and third step is adhesion, arrest or adhesion, and the fourth and last step is transendothelial migration. They will migrate, transendothelial migration. Okay, so we will discuss one by one. So let me erase first of all. Okay, so what happens in first step? First step is rolling. Okay, so let me draw first here. This is the endothelial cells. Okay. So this is the endothelial cells. Endothelial cells. Okay. Here let me draw neutrophils. Okay. Suppose this is the neutrophil. So in this first step, what is happening? This is the first step, and what is the first step here? The first step is rolling. Now, what happens in this step 1? That is rolling. Neutrophils generally attach. They are coming here and they attach loosely to the endothelium. They attach loosely to the endothelium, okay, by a low affinity interaction between the glycoproteins. And what are the glycoproteins? So see here, what are the glycoproteins? What are the glycoproteins? There are two glycoproteins. One is mucins, okay, and okay. So mucins are present on neutrophils. Mucins are on neutrophils, and another one is selectins, and selectins are on endothelial cells, okay. Selectins are on endothelial cells, right. So the interaction in between these two glycoproteins takes place, and neutrophils does come and bind here by a low affinity interaction between two glycoproteins, mucins on neutrophils and selectins which are present on endothelial cells, right. This is the step 1. Now what is the second step? Second step is activation. Now what happens in activation? What happens in the second step? That is activation. While rolling along the endothelium, it may encounter, okay, it may encounter some of the chemokines as well as chemoattractive factors, okay. So this is the second step. This is the second step. So what is happening here? In second step, while rolling along the endothelium, it may encounter chemokines and it may encounter chemokines as well as chemoattractive factors, okay. And what happens after this? After this, and from where these chemokines and chemoattractive factors have arisen from? They have arisen from the inflammatory site, okay, inflammatory site, okay. Now then after what will happen? Then after interaction between the ECAMs, intracellular adhesion molecule, ECAMs, and integrins takes place, okay. ECAMs and integrins, in between these two interactions will take place. So in the third arrest or adhesion process is there. Okay. So here like this, okay. Now see here, okay, okay. Now what will happen here? It will be like this, okay, like this, right, okay. Now this is the first step, rolling, second step activation, third arrest and adhesion, then after transendothelial migration will take place. Now I will tell in detail. Okay. Now let me draw again. Okay. Here this is the endothelial cells, endothelium, okay, and here, okay, first of all let me draw, this is the neutrophil, this is the neutrophil, okay. Okay. This is the neutrophil, and here this is the selectin, okay, and here this is mucin. I had told that mucins are present on neutrophil surface and selectin are present on endothelium surface, selectin, and this is mucin, okay. Now again I had told, okay, so here in the first step what happens, selectin and mucin, interaction between selectin and mucin is taking place. Selectin and mucin interact with each other and it mediates rolling, okay. And in the second process, in the second step, what is happening, what is going on in the second step, these chemokines, okay, these chemokines bind to the receptors, these are the receptors for chemokines, okay, and this is the chemokine. So in second step what is going on, what's going on in second step, chemokines and chemotactic factors, they are going to induce, when chemokines binds to the receptor for the chemokines, it induces signal transduction process. They trigger signal transduction process and they induces conformational changes in integrins, okay. Where are integrins? These are integrins. These are integrins. So when chemokines does bind to their receptor which are present on the neutrophil surface, they induces conformational change in integrins, and how they do this? They do this by signal transduction mechanism, after signal transduction mechanism. And what happens after that? After that, it made integrins to adhere firmly to the ECAMs, that is ECAMs, that is, so they made firmly to the ECAMs, okay. These are now what happens? What happens after this? Signal, by the process of signal transduction mechanism, it induces conformational change, and after that mechanism the integrins, the ECAMs and integrins become firmly attached with each other. It means it made integrins to adhere firmly to ECAMs on endothelial surface. So this is all about how the leukocyte extravasation means how the neutrophil extravasation takes place. So this is all about the neutrophil extravasation process, and if you like this video, please subscribe my channel.